Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Keeping Modern Janky. In this week's episode, we're playing 2-drop Lukka Surprise. We have 2 Lukkas, but only 1 land. We are 1 land away from Seeking the Beast, too, and maybe being off to the races here. I hate to mulligan a hand with Lukka in it, but the 1 lander, we could easily just not draw another land the rest of the game. Okay, well, this is better. We have our Lukka. We have our combo, right? Creature for Lukka to turn into an Emrakul and something to give it haste. And of course, getting there will be the problem. So I think we can go Commercial District and then a Tarmogoyf if we really want. Opponent kept 7. Mishra's Bobble. We'll keep that on top because it grows our Tarmogoyf and digs us deeper into our deck. We really don't have anything going on, so if our opponent plays, let's say, a Ragavan, we can fetch land and Mishra's Bobble to make it a 2/3 at the very least. Sunken Citadel. Spend man. This mana only to activate abilities of land sources. Interesting. Okay. We chose white. It's a cave, so it makes me curious to know what the heck's going on. Now, do we want to Bloodstained Mire? I mean, we're not in any hurry to get this Goyf out right now, but I think we probably just want to see some removal. But I'm also curious to know what's in our opponent's hand. Or what's going on over there. Beseju, who endures? Alright, that doesn't really tell us anything, but whatever. So we can go get. We have the Forest Mountain. We have the Black Mountain. Okay, so I'm trying to decide if we want to enchant something with this, or the Footfall Crater. We just get a swamp, maybe? Or we can get this Underground Mortuary to set up our... Yeah, we'll do that to set up our draw from the Bobble. Do we want another land? Probably not. Okay, well, there we go. We've used all our mana. I hate putting a Footfall Crater on a non-basic land, though. Good thing we put that land in the graveyard. Because then it becomes, obviously, a target for something like Field of Ruin. Our opponent's up to something over there that's very interesting. Maybe they'll Beseju our Footfall Crater, and that would be okay with us. Ramp us a little bit. Alright, so they're getting their Explorer on, looking like they're ramping into something. Caves. What's a cave's payoff? I'm very curious. But now our Tarmogoyf is bigger. Pithing Needle. They're going to name Footfall Crater, I imagine. I mean, that's okay. We can live without the Footfall Crater. Is Underground Mortuary. Never mind. Alright, well. That is essentially the Footfall Crater. So never mind. Yeah, we can live without that. That's not the end of the world. What do we get to, though? We're playing a very fair game, and I feel like we're probably up against an unfair deck right now. And this is our last match in the league, and we've yet to draw an Emrakul or see one off of a card like Seek the Beast. So I think we're going to Seek the Beast at the end of their turn, and that's probably... And then that will set us up to do Questing Druid and Tarmogoyf. All the Surveil lands. We'll put that... Oh man, so if we Seek the Beast, we know we're getting the Mishra's Bobble out of it. Is that good enough? Also, these would be okay since they give us a better idea of what our opponent's doing. I really don't. Caves are an exciting new card from Ixalan. Sylvan Scrying. They're going to go get a land card. Sure. Field of Ruin. And that's exactly why I don't really want to put my Footfall Crater on a non-basic. However, they already nerfed a non-basic part of it. We're just playing a fair game of John Magic over here, folks. Nothing to look at. We're not trying to do anything crazy. Oh, a bunch of lands. Well, that's going to get us to this Lukka for sure. Assuming our opponent doesn't do anything to stop it. That's a good draw for us. Let's stop that. Okay, let's first cast. We got the Field of Ruin. How many basics do we have to fetch up? 2 forests, 2 swamps, no more mountains. Alright, that's fine. Get the party started, see what's going on over there. Growing our questing druid. If the coast is clear, they're gonna have an answer. Fateful Absence. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Its controller investigates. Very nice. Better that than our Tarmogoyf at this point. But we'll see if we can, if the coast is clear for this Lukka, which now we can't cast. Life from the Loam. I don't think we want to take the Life from the Loam. Do we have to? You choose a non-land card. Alright, well they have a bunch of land. Now I'm wishing that we had not... Well, they were going to kill whatever we played, so... Alright, well the coast is clear for Lukka and Tarmogoyf if we can just... fade one draw, I think. So now they can dredge. What are they going to kill? That's fine. We have another mountain in our hand. It might, that is annoying though. So they have 3 lands and okay, and an unknown card of some kind. What is their unknown card? And do we run out this Lukka on their Life from the Loam? Did they draw that or did they dredge? They dredged, okay. So Prismatic Ending is an answer, so I kind of don't... They have another Field of Ruin. So we're kind of, if we run out... Okay, so if we run out of Lukka, so they can Field of Ruin our last Raucous Theater, and then we don't have a second red source to get. And that could be a problem. Since we only play the single mountain. And if we play the Field of Ruin now, or sorry, if we play the Lukka Coppercoat Alkos now, they have a whole turn to name it with Pithing Needle. Or find an answer for it. I think we have to go for it. They don't have anything going on. So they're either going to Field of Ruin this, or they'll commit something to the board. Let's just hope we don't exile a Emrakul. I think we exiled Fatal Push, Footfall Crater, and a land. Okay. So next turn we're set up for an Emrakul, assuming we can fade a couple draws. They have 2 Igana, Seed of whatever. They have 1 Baseju, so we got to fade 1 draw here and hope that they tap down low enough that they can't interact with what we're doing. And we're going to have 2 creatures to target. Yep, and they did go for our red source like I predicted. So I'm feeling pretty smart right now. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I guess we play more green than black. But then again, we have like a Fatal Push, Thoughtseize, and creatures. Alright, so then as long as they didn't draw an instant speed removal spell for our creature, and even if they did, we have another creature we can cast at the end of their turn. Another Bowmasters is good. So this is a 6/7. So I kind of just want to run out the Bowmasters because they're just a measly 1/1. See if they drew an answer. They did not. Alright, so now we can run out a Tarmogoyf if we want. Although I think we'll just hold off on that. We can draw a card, or we can flash in Bowmasters. Our opponent's playing white. They have answers, I'm sure. And they scoop it up. Or they do not have any answers. That is okay too. Especially for us. Alright, so do we want to bring in ley lines? They're doing something janky over there. I can't tell what it is though. And it seems like they're probably happy about playing against a 3-color deck. So green-white caves, looking to gain value out of the graveyard. Maybe they're just like a land destruction deck. And we didn't see a single creature out of them. We're just bringing the Assassin's Trophies, take out the baubles. Take out... I mean, I hate to take out any sort of removal because I know we're bringing in Assassin's Trophies, so I guess we could take out the bolts, but that gives us a little bit of reach. Maybe we take out the Fatal Pushes. It's hard when you don't actually know what your opponent's doing. Engineering Explosives could be okay, but Assassin's Trophy kind of does a similar job if we need to get rid of a Pithing Needle, which is likely given that they now know our combo. However, we can still win fairly. I mean, that Tarmogoyf, if we were going to play, was a 6/7. We had it the entire game. Okay, well, we have 2 lands, but we don't have the ley line. Do we want to just mulligan for the ley line? We have our Lukka, we have 2 lands, we have some interaction. We can always hardcast a ley line. They're beginning with 7. They're a land destruction deck, and we're light on lands, but the Seek the Beast can get there. It's a slow hand, though. Man, this is tough. Alright, no ley line. Is it worth it? Is the ley line that powerful that we really want it? I mean, we have Lukka in our hand. I think we got to keep it. See if we get punished, though, with the turn 1 Pithing Needle on Lukka when we don't have an Assassin's Trophy. Alright, another one of those cave things. Which I guess lets them start picking. With a Field of Ruin, they can blow up one of our lands immediately. We do have a greedy mana base right now. Leave that on top for sure. I mean, we're playing 5 basics. Do they have the Field of Ruin blow up our land source? Which I guess, I mean, we're not that... Except it shuffles away. They do. It's going to shuffle away our fetch land, which is unfortunate. Yep. So we'll go get A forest. Shadow Spear. Alright. Interesting. So maybe now if we don't win this game, we should think about bringing in our Brotherhood's End over Assassin's Trophy. Another forest. Okay, it's my dog barking at somebody. Probably a child on the street. I mean, it's almost, we do need the red, so we don't want another Field of Ruin, but it's like if they're gonna, they want to keep blowing up our Field of Ruin, our lands with this, these Field of Ruins. Should we get the Bowmasters just to flash it in at the end of turn? I think so. So opponent is like all in on the land destruction into like value out of that plan, it seems like. There's a Saga. Alright, so now we're starting to see this deck a little bit better. I mean, we didn't see a lot in the first game. We saw land destruction and Life from the Loam. This is just a 2-3. And we're going to get punished for no red, though, because we can't Seek the Beast now. And nor can we Lightning Bolt. So this might be bad. It might be bad, folks, if we don't hit a red source soon. We kind of need red source now-ish. Someone's crying. And go get a land. We need a red source, obviously, because we want to be able to bolt the construct that they make. See, they're like a lands deck, essentially. So now this can be used to activate abilities of land sources. Interesting. Now we could Bowmasters. Yeah, I think we're just all in on the Bowmasters plan right now. They're going to get a construct. And they have the Shadow Spear already. So we really need that red source for right now. Right now, deck. Red source. Another Bowmasters. It's amazing. Is Bowmasters good enough to win a game? And we're just missing land drops in our 23 lane deck. We did keep a 2-lander. I mean, I wouldn't block if I was them. Oh, they are going to block. They were like, there's no way they can have another Bowmasters, is there? But there is. Joke's on you, opponent. We can't draw lands, but we can draw Bowmasters. Put them down to 9. Yeah, so they're going to have at least a 3-3. Or they're going to be able to attach it here and start gaining life. That might be their plan right now, because they're low on life. And a 3-4 is outside of bolt range, and we took our Assassin's trophies out. Or they're going to go the construct route. Probably get a Pithy Needle named Lukka. Alright, so we're in need of a red source. A red source would make us so happy right now, because we could... It's going to get a +1/+1 though, if they equip. We need a red source so that we can theoretically Seek the Beast to try to dig for answers, or Tarmogoyf and just start trying to race. Man, they're just a very interesting build of lands. Really trying to ramp. I like it. They're still going to have the mana to equip too, especially when they put in another land. Down to 2 cards though, so if we can find an Assassin's Trophy. And they just passed the turn. Okay, they didn't equip. Lightning Bolt? Red Source? Thank goodness. Alright. I think we want to probably bolt the construct. Next turn, they can just gain so much life though with 1, 4, 5, 6 to deny. That puts them to 3. We could just see if they don't block. I have a feeling they're going to block. So we could seek the beast and hope to get alright, so I'm trying to think. We could seek the beast and hope to find some answer for the Shadow Spear, but I think the best thing to do is just keep trying to punch through damage and win the race. We have a lot of pressure in our hand. This is the idea of the deck being 2-drop versus 1-drop, is that our 2-drops are powerful enough to just win the game without the Lukka. Fateful Absence. Okay. They're down. They're going to draw a card. They have that creature land that they can suit up and start attacking to gain life. We really want them to like basically be missing, just having lands at this point. So it's a 5/6. There's the Field of Ruin. Are they going to Field of Ruin us? They are. They have 1 card in hand. And that's okay. We still have a mountain to go get. And that allows us to seek the beast at the end of their turn, which is really good for us. What's their last card? Equip it. Fair enough, opponent. Fair enough. Desperate times, I guess. We would love to see, like, I guess lands. I mean, we do need lands. But Assassin's Trophy would be really good there. Alright, Lightning Bolt isn't bad either. They still have this land that they can suit up. I guess that they can only do it if they can go on offense, though. Alright, so we're going to go get another red source. I mean, I guess the Stomping Ground, because we already have the 2 forests. I mean, our opponent's under a lot of pressure. Unfortunately for us, they have this creature land and a way to gain a bunch of life. And they have another card, apparently. Alright, here comes the creature land. They're going to block. So I think they should not have done that. I mean, I know that they're under a lot of pressure, but now we're looking at, like, they can gain 1 life a turn, but they're going to be taking a bunch a turn. Alright, what did they get? What's their last card? I guess they have 2 cards now. I thought they were out already, but I'm not paying much attention. Alright, we're one card away. We can just cast this Lukka to grow our Questing Druid to be a killable threat, to be honest. And what do we draw? Well, we don't need to anymore. We have the Footfall Crater. Oh no! Oh, we need it more than ever right now. Then, all right. Well, we're going to undo that. Undo that. Why don't we play Verdant Catacombs first? We could just draw a card, but I think it's better to grow our Questing Druid, to be honest. Because now we have 2 lethal threats, and they may have an answer, but... So we can... I think I missed something here. I can't go back. So I can't... Oh, man. Alright. Well, I missed something there. Oh, well. I was going to be able to give this thing haste and attack, but I missed it. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. So they found an answer of some kind. 4 damage. Yep. So we're going to miss on 2 damage, it looks like. Hopefully that won't come back to haunt us, but it might. I mean, that's 2 damage puts them in bolt range, because they would be at 3 right now. What does our opponent find? Can they stabilize? Go get a land. They can go get a creature land, and then they can theoretically stay alive a little bit longer. Ah, remove target attacking or blocking creature from combat. Interesting. This is a Maze of Ith. Should have gotten the Raucous Theater. I just thought anyway. We will put it into the graveyard. Draw a card. It's the Raucous Theater. How convenient. Assassin's Trophy would be really nice. Leyline of the Void. Well, at least that stops some of their shenanigans. If they have any more shenanigans, at least. So they can spend their turn taking one of our creatures out of combat. Will it buy them enough time to find an answer? That 2 damage is going to come back to haunt us. That was a mistake. Games of Modern are won and lost on a razor's edge. Hopefully, though, that will be enough, because even if they have 1 card in hand, they need to spend almost their entire... They have mana to remove 1 from combat and mana to kill something, but then they shouldn't have mana to... Unless they figure out a way to get the Shadow Spear equipped. Alright, well... Tarmogoyf. Alright, we just finished our league with our 2-drop Lukka Surprise. As you can see, we got a treasure chest and some play points. We went 3 and 2. I guess I'll go ahead and do the wrap up. Yeah, that last match was kind of a janky caves matter build, so definitely a brew. but it still feels good to get the 3 and 2 for a change. Why don't we go and open up the treasure chest, and we'll see what we get, and then we'll talk about the deck a little bit. I gotta go. I get so few chests, I don't even know how to open them. So go under collection, other products. Cannot be added to your deck. Okay, how about we just open one? 15 play points. Soul of the Harvest. That card is... I just really liked that card back in the day. It was so powerful, but it's just not very good for any sort of constructed play other than Commander. You copy enchantment. Interesting. Okay, so 2-drop Lukka Surprise. 15 play points, whatever. It would have been nice to get more, but I'm just happy to get the 3-2. 2-drop Lukka Surprise functioned the way I thought it would. We got some games with Emrakul by cheating in the Emrakul. You saw that in game 1 of our last match. We saw it in the first game of our first match. It even got us a free win when our opponent decided they couldn't beat it, even though they could. They have things like Reflector Mage in their deck. Either way, we'll take it. And then it functioned in the way... the last match was kind of an embodiment of everything I thought it would do. You could either win by Emrakul, by just continuing to play Magic with these 2-drops, and then if they answer those, or we get to the place where we're stalled, or we just get the 5 mana, Lukka, Emrakul, win the game. Or if they shut down the Lukka, or we draw our Emrakul, both of which happened in that last game of the last match, we can just win by beating face with our 2-drops. 3 Orcish Bowmasters, 2 Tarmogoyfs, 2 Questing Druids. I mean, it was we drew them really well when it came to that. The Questing Druid helped us a lot, though, to dig through our deck. So what an all-star, I would say, for the Lukka Surprise archetype. So overall, I'm pleased. I think, is it more powerful than the 1-drop? I think so. I think it's less explosive, right? We don't have that turn 3 Emrakul potential, but it's definitely more resilient. It can play a very fair Jund game of Magic with one early interaction with big threats, and then it has this sort of top end that, oops, I win the game top end, that can just steal wins out of nowhere, right? So I think if I had to play a Lukka Surprise moving forward, I would probably play a version of this. I think if I was to change things, I might put in a Ragavan. The other thing is, just because it's a powerful card, it ramps you. We don't have to use the -2 of Lukka to exile it. And our opponent will probably kill it anyway. If they don't, we're probably winning. Now, Footfall Crater, you saw, and we missed one chance to get the hasty attack in because we clicked through. We'd already entered combat, and I guess you can't. We were in the declare attackers mode, and we couldn't react to that with that on the stack or whatever. There was no stack at that point. And we would have won the game a turn earlier. But you see the power of it, just having it on the battlefield rather than cycling it. It turned our Tarmogoyf into a hasty threat that prevented our opponent from being able to stop what we were doing had they drawn an answer. So I really think Footfall Crater has a spot in Magic, in Modern in general. I've tried it in a variety of decks, but just the ability to haste up something. Granted, Lava Spur Boots has kind of taken over that role. Footfall Crater is like a lesser Lava Spur Boots, but if you're not playing Urza Saga, like we could. I've seen Jund play Urza Saga, but we're not playing Urza Saga. If you're not, Footfall Crater is a nice substitute because you get the same hasty threat, plus you can pitch it to draw a card and grow your Tarmogoyf. However, if you are playing Urza Saga, Lava Spur Boots is probably the better option. But giving a threat power, any cast threat haste for just 1 mana is a super powerful effect in Modern. Bitter Reunion digs us. I mean, I think the deck as is pretty powerful. I don't know if I'd make too many changes. Certainly would make... I can see making some sideboard changes. Maybe Engineered Explosives if it's just too much removal. Maybe go 1 more Assassin's Trophy, 1 less Leyline, or something else. Maybe some life gain because the two matches we lost were against very aggressive decks. So we lost against Burn. And now it's been a few days. I'm trying to remember our other loss. It didn't feel particularly close though. And we beat Humans, and we beat Indomitable Creativity, and we beat that Janky Caves deck. So blanking on the 1 match, but it's definitely an aggressive strategy. It might have been Affinity. Either way, it was an aggressive strategy. So we're, even with all of our spot removal, we may need to bring in either life gain to fight Burn, or even more, like maybe a Damnation or something in the sideboard. All right, well, that's it. That's the wrap up for my 2-drop Lukka Surprise. Excited that we got the 3-2. The magical 3-2 is way better than the magical 2-3. And that's really the bar here for our Janky Jank at cyclesgaming.com. But I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Let me know in the comments what you think, how you changed the deck, where I went wrong, where I could have taken a better line. I'm sure there were plenty of places. But for now, this is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all on the next one. This has been another edition of Keeping Modern Janky with Johnny Cycles. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my website, cyclesgaming.com, for original Magic the Gathering content. You can read about my Commander decks or my Janky Modern brews. My latest article is about the Zombie Precon and its effect on Commander. I give you a couple different deck lists. If you're interested in a science fiction / fantasy novel, be sure to check out my book, The Podcon. I'm publishing it serially, a couple chapters every month. Again, thanks for watching. Check me out on YouTube, Johnny Cycles. Click that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next one.